Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the SharkCast podcast. I am here with Mr. G.
Hello.
And sadly enough, Chase is not here today. So, yeah. So, we don't have Chase, so I'm filling in for today's podcast. So, let us start with our rosebuds and thorns, Mr. G. How about you go first?
Absolutely. So the rose was, I had a great meal with the family this Saturday. Had some aunts and uncles come over. There were 5 little ones under the age of 4, so they were running amok all over the place. Yep, it was pretty crazy in the house. Mm-hmm. The bud that I'm looking forward to, so I am going to be going, sorry for the pause right there. Tonight, I'm going to see Spirited Away with my brother.
Ooh,
we're seeing it on the big screen. I'm very excited for that. And the thorn is going to be the hot summer that I feel like is going to be coming, and it's going to be sweaty and hot, and I just need AC because I'm not excited for the hotness.
That's that global warming.
Yep, there you go. Exactly.
For me, my rose was making a new friend that was originally my brother's friend. It was a pretty big deal for me because they're all 18, and except for one, so it was a little overwhelming for me. My bud, was getting my sister super attached to me. I was kind of looking forward to it, kind of not. It was a 50-50.
How old is she?
She is 1 year old.
Oh, okay.
So
a lot of responsibility for you then.
Definitely. I have 2 thorns, actually. One is that my arms really hurt due to holding on to my sister for so long. Because when I put her down, she ends up crying. So it ends up really, really hurting my arms because I have to hold her for like 30 minutes. Another is during break, I got sick, but lucky enough, I'm not sick anymore. So
feeling better? Was it like a cold type?
Yeah,
okay.
It was. It was a pretty bad cold. I'm sniffly, but it's not a cold anymore.
That's good to know. So you mentioned that you were babysitting. So I have a niece and nephew, both around 1 year old. So what advice can you give me? You said when they cry, you pick them up. Are there any tricks you have if they're always crying? Are there any tricks of the trade?
Yeah, some tricks. Sometimes you just have to hold them and they'll calm down. Sometimes you can kind of tell when they're hungry or like if they're getting tired,
Okay.
Where for some who still take their naps, my sister doesn't apparently. So
kind of they cry differently or they act differently and you can kind of sense if it's a...
Yeah, kind of. So, normally parents kind of have a set schedule on the feeding, so you can kind of tell when they're hungry because they'll start screaming at you, number one, which they always do. And if it's around the time, then sometimes you have to hold out for a little bit if it's not their feeding time yet, and you gotta keep them busy. But also, sometimes you just gotta keep them company, and that's kind of all they need. And sometimes they just need to cry for a little bit.
And that's what she seemed to need, just you keep holding her.
Yeah.
That's nice. I like that. So
for now, we came up with a new thing called a weekend recap.
That's right.
So, yep. So, for this, we each give a good recap of what happened during the weekend. So, Mr. Chi, what happened during your weekend?
So the weekend started with cleaning because we had relatives coming over, so the first thing that we have to do, clean. And it's a lot of fun. Yep, of course.
A lot of fun.
But spend a couple hours doing it, and then you can do some cleaning, so it's good to go. But my dad made a sauce because he made eggplant parmesan.
Ooh.
So he slices the eggplant, he flours them like they're a cutlet, puts them all in a big pan, bakes a big lasagna. Oh, thank you, everybody. Big lasagna fans out there. I like it. Very nice. Mm-hmm. I had some ziti. I'm not crazy about the eggplant lasagna. I'm not really a fan. Mm-hmm. So I had a little ziti. and everyone brought desserts. My aunt made these really good. I guess there's a hotel called Doubletree, and they give you a cookie when you check in.
Ooh.
And I guess she got their recipe, and she made very good cookies. It was like a sort of a everything. Like it had a chocolate chip, a white chocolate, it had a nut, it had a little butterscotch piece. It was very delicious. I had more of those than I should have, I think. Might have given me a tummy ache.
Yeah, you never really want to get sick, especially on weekends.
Exactly. That is a very good point. If you're going to get sick right before school starts.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Anyway, for my weekend recap, if you don't mind, Mr. G, I
Absolutely.
hope you didn't have anything else.
Nope, that brought us up to today.
All right. So our weekend recap for me, it was my brother's 18th birthday, which wasn't that happy.
Oh, that's too bad. It's always a big day, turning 18. That's a big birthday.
Yeah, it was a big birthday for him, and honestly for me too, because we had a triple-decker velvet cake. So
Wow.
yeah, it was really good.
Did you get it somewhere? Did someone make it?
My mom made it actually.
Whoa, very nice.
From a box.
Okay, that's cool though.
So,
the red velvet, you can't beat that.
Yeah, you can't.
And triple decker.
Yeah, triple-decker red velvet because it was his birthday, and we actually found decorations from my brother's first birthday.
Really?
Yeah, so we put those on his cake. Of course, it was all Winnie the Pooh, and my mom said that when I turn 18, she's going to put my first birthday candles on there, which are all Disney princesses.
Nice.
Likely or not, so
There
you
you go.
And Sunday, I didn't really do much. I kind of cleaned my room, which is a good thing for people to do, especially teenagers out there.
Absolutely. A lot of messy rooms out there, I'm sure.
A lot, yeah. You can
testify you've seen them?
I've seen a few, yes.
Yep. So that's not on our agenda right now.
Yeah.
But what tips do you have? So you're good about cleaning, it sounds like, because you know that you need to. Well,
I know that I need to.
Just knowing that you need to makes you a lot better than people who are like, nah, I don't need to.
Yeah.
So you're better than them. So what would you give them? Me, who just lets the stuff pile. I can't even get to the door anymore. I guess I'll have to clean.
Yeah. So some advice for that is just give it a little bit at a time.
That's good advice.
Start with the trash first, then go to the clothes. Maybe the clothes first, because for school the next day, you want some clean clothes for school. So I say just take a little bit at a time.
That's good advice, because people usually, it seems they get overwhelmed. Like they see all of it, they think they have to do it all at once, and they just give up.
Yeah, no, you just do a little bit a day, and eventually you'll get there.
I like that. That's very good advice.
So we also have more systems. So we have talking subjects, which we came up with. So, thank you. So this podcast is the Math Sass, which is coming up for us. It's tomorrow, which it's not that great because
not excited for it. So you're gonna have to fill me in, because I hear that a lot, sass, and I have no idea. I know sass, like you shouldn't sass a teacher.
Yeah.
You shouldn't sass an adult. So I hear it a lot from a lot of kids. They got the sass coming up. So tell me, what is math sass? Even if you don't know what sass means, give me a breakdown on math sass.
So a math sass is basically a form of questions. It's like a test, but the whole world wide does it. So, or maybe just the U.S., I don't know.
Right.
But what happens is you take the test, and the school administrators look over the scores. So this is why you should study. They look over the scores, they send it to your parents, your teacher sees them, everybody sees them. Well, not everybody, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And it ranks the schools. So you know how our schools have rankings, right?
Yep.
So the reason we're up there right now, our school, is because we have kids with good math sasses.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens is you take the test, and you'll eventually get it back, but it will judge on how the teachers are teaching. It'll judge how good the school is, how good the teachers are, and it'll do all of that. So you should study because it's on the fate of the school.
I like that. That's very good right there. I can't reach the button to applause you, but I love that.
I will do that for
Our
you.
audience, our studio audience, they know the importance.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. And I love to hear that a student, knowing that it reflects on the school, feeling responsibility. I know when I was growing up, kids could care less. If it helped the school, it doesn't help me. Why should I care? So to hear that you're conscientious like that, I like that a lot, which actually leads us to another section about giving advice, because I feel like you would be perfect for it. And this section right here is meant not just for younger kids than us, but maybe just ourselves a year ago, a month ago. If I could have told Mr. G this, I would have told him this. So today we're talking a little bit about good sportsmanship, but also some financial advice. So I know that your age, Ava, a lot of kids are starting to get their first job. Maybe they will be starting one. Maybe they just started one a couple of years ago. But
maybe like summer jobs.
Exactly. Yep. Summer's coming up, so maybe they will be getting their first job soon. But one of the biggest issues is this is the first time that they have large amounts of money, and maybe they have to manage it themselves. So you all of a sudden get $200. How do you not just spend it right away? What do you have for ideas?
So for ideas, this is coming from personal kind of problems. I used to spend a lot of money, and now I barely have any. So I call myself broke to some people. So what I do now is I don't take my whole wallet with me. Okay. At this point, I take just a little bit of money out, as much as I'll need, probably not a lot. No more than $30.
Okay.
I would say that. And you know, people around here, they like to go to Dunkin' or CVS or maybe Walmart if they walk that far. And they spend a lot of money. But for me, I only take a little bit of it at a time. And I think about what I really, really want versus what I kind of want. And I go for the really, really want instead of what. Sometimes I also go for the one with the least money or the least cost, so that I don't spend a lot of money. And then sometimes I keep money for myself and not spend it, and stuff like that. I also like to keep my money hidden in a safe.
Okay. Yep.
So which I kind of forgot the passcode to. I'm so glad I have a key for it.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah, so that happened, but
no, I love that, and it sounds like you're speaking, like you said, from experience, that maybe in the past you didn't bring only $30, you brought too much and
I brought
spent
my whole
too much
wallet, and I spent my
a ton.
whole wallet.
Yeah.
I spent my whole wallet that day. It was not good.
But that's one of the toughest lessons to learn, that how do you realize not to waste your money without wasting? When you wasted it and you have nothing left and you have that worry in your stomach, oh, I just lost everything, I don't have anything more. That seems to be one of the biggest teachers to remind you not to waste money again.
Yeah.
So that's a tough lesson to teach people without going through it firsthand.
Yeah. So a lot of people, when they grow up, they go through like college courses and high school courses for money and financial kind of stuff.
Yep.
So what I say is try to go through that, learn as much as you can about like financial things or whatever.
Yep. Financial responsibility.
Financial responsibility.
There
you go. And just do the best you can.
And you raise a really good point that might be the most important thing. If kids are learning it in high school, that might be too late. They might need to learn it sooner than that.
Yeah. So middle school as well. Because I know in middle school, from my experience, we're starting to learn about taxes and money and stuff like that. So some more advice I would give is kind of just, save your money and don't spend it all on one thing that you know is not going to last. Because if something doesn't last and you kind of spent most of your money on it, then what's the use for it?
All right, absolutely.
Yeah, so another thing that we'd like to give advice for is good sportsmanship as well. So Another thing that I see going around the school is that they think that they carried their team. Some people, especially teenagers, get overconfident and in themselves and not in others. So some advice that I'd like to give is make sure you give some confidence to other people and acknowledge their existence on your team. So like if you're going to meets, if you're going to like a game, maybe like a soccer game, basketball game, maybe even a baseball game, try to rely on your teammates as much as you rely on yourself.
Absolutely.
Because if you think that you can carry the whole team, then you're guaranteed to fail.
For sure. And I don't think there's a single sport that's a team sport where no matter how good you are, you could be the Michael Jordan and Larry Bird combined.
Yeah.
You physically can't do every single thing. You can't cover the goal and go score the goal.
Yeah.
You need other people. So if you think you can't, you're just hurting yourself.
And you also can't boss everybody else around because if you do that, then people won't want to help you.
Right. And that seems to be one of the biggest problems. It's not guaranteed, but I've seen that trap people fall into. I'm so good at this sport. All I do is criticize my teammates. Why are you guys not as good as me? Why aren't you scoring as much as me? And then the rest of the team doesn't want to help you.
Quit.
Exactly.
So
I like that a lot.
Yeah. So also we like to learn languages as well. So Mr. G, do you have any languages that you know?
I know just a little bit of Spanish. I wish I had studied it more. My town is right next to a large Spanish-speaking population, and anytime I go in, I like to be able to speak another language. It's a skill that I like to be able to have. So that was something I wish I had paid attention more. I know poquito Espanol, and I wish I knew a lot of Espanol.
Yeah, I know some German, some Italian, and some French. Some people have kids in their classes who speak Chinese, Spanish, French, like maybe even Russian, and they came here. So I'd say try to at least learn another language.
Absolutely. And so we actually are getting a time right now, so we'll have to put a pause on this.
Yeah, so thank you everybody for watching or listening, sorry. And we will see you back here some other time.
Have a great day.
Have a great day, everybody.